You saw this powerful reminder in 30 seconds. Now let's dive deep into why rest is not weakness, but a radical act of resistance in a world that glorifies hustle. There was a season I felt guilty for resting. I believed that slowing down meant I was lazy, unproductive, or even disobedient. I worked so hard until my body gave me no choice but to stop. Burnout, exhaustion, and emotional collapse were the results. But here is what I realized: God never called me to ground myself to the ground. I thought pushing harder was His will, but I discovered that His true will for me is peace, restoration, and balance. And I believe that's the same thing for you as well. Jesus, speaking in Matthew 11:28, He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Jesus wasn't offering another to-do list. He was inviting us into His rest. And the psalmist in Psalm 23, verse 2 to 3 says, "He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters, and He restores my soul." God doesn't just allow rest, He commands it, and He restores us through it. Even science confirms this truth. Neuroscience shows that rest isn't optional. It is how our brain resets, heals, and builds resilience. You see, chronic stress without recovery puts our brain in a survival mode, but rest breaks that cycle. It reduces stress hormones, increases focus, memory, and emotional regulation. Here's the key. Science and faith agrees that God wired us for a rhythm of rest. So you may ask, how do I unplug from the pressure of always being on? Here are three simple ways. Schedule a sacred pause. This means to set aside 5 to 10 minutes daily to just breathe, pray, or just sit still in His presence. Two is to practice the Sabbath style rest. So this means choosing one evening weekly just to unplug, worship, journal, or just sit still. And lastly is to create a rest covenant. So this means committing to a friend or a community to prioritize rest as obedience, not as weakness. Now I want to hear from you. What's one way you will practice rest this week? Share it in the comment section. Check the pinned comment for a link back to the original shot and a full playlist on faith and mental well-being. Next time, we will tackle rest versus guilt. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And trust me, you want to hear this one.